Okay, you may begin.
Dr. James D. Tabor is a leading historian of ancient religions and currently serves as a distinguished fellow at Hebrew University in the School of Humanities. He specializes in early Christianity, ancient Judaism, and apocalyptic movements. Tabor earned his PhD from the University of Chicago in 1981 and has had a 43-year career in full-time teaching. He taught at institutions such as the University of Notre Dame, the College of William and Mary, and the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, where he served as chair of the Department of Religious Studies from 2004 to 2014. He has authored several major books, including Paul and Jesus, How the Apostle Transformed Christianity, The Jesus Dynasty, A New Historical Investigation of Jesus, His Royal Family, and the Birth of Christianity, a New York Times bestseller, and The Jesus Discovery, the new archaeological find that reveals the birth of Christianity. All three books were published with Simon & Schuster. His research focuses on the historical foundations of Christianity and the complex figures at its origins. In addition to his historical studies, Tabor has contributed to archaeological projects. He excavated at Sepphoris, the ancient capital of Galilee, with Dr. Jim Strange. He later co-directed excavations with Dr. Shimon Gibson at Mount Zion in Jerusalem, uncovering remains from the Second Temple period, as well as at Suba Cave near Ein Karam, thought by some to have connections to John the Baptist. Tabor and Gibson also led the investigation of the Tomb of the Shroud, which included the discovery of the only first-century burial shroud ever dated scientifically from Jerusalem. Further, Tabor has investigated various tombs in Jerusalem and initiated DNA studies of the remains to build a database of relationships between Jews and others living in Jerusalem during the time of Jesus. Tabor gained broader public attention for his involvement in the 1993 Waco tragedy with David Koresh and the Branch Davidians. As an expert in apocalyptic religious beliefs, he collaborated with Dr. Philip Arnold to analyze Koresh's theology and made attempts to mediate during the standoff. They focused on Koresh's interpretation of the seven seals in Revelation, hoping to de-escalate the crisis through scriptural reasoning. Despite their efforts, the standoff ended tragically. In 1995, Tabor and Arnold testified before Congress during a joint session investigating the Waco events, providing insight into the religious dynamics at play. Tabor and Arnold's work was prominently featured in the Paramount Pictures 6-part series, Waco: The Aftermath, which explored the events leading up to and following the tragic standoff, highlighting their efforts to understand and mediate the crisis. He later co-authored Why Waco? Cults and the Battle for Religious Freedom in America, examining the events and their broader implications for religious freedom and government intervention. Tabor has also been active in public scholarship, frequently appearing in documentaries and interviews related to biblical studies, archaeology, and religious history. His work bridges academic research with public engagement, making ancient texts and discoveries accessible to wider audiences.
Okay, that's great. So let me stop the recording.
I'm so glad it worked out.